Hi there, thank you for stopping by to share with Julie today. I hope you're having a fantabulous day today. And in this video, I just wanted to touch on some things that I think do affect the rate of healing. So when we are trying to heal ourselves, we have to be mindful of certain things. And the first I would say on the list is the types of food that we eat. Because sometimes I think sometimes we know, but it's trying to rationalize not making the right choice somehow. And I've been there, so I know I know you're trying to do that sometimes. Rationalize not making the choice that you know will, or the choice that is necessary to bring about your healing, especially at a faster rate. And so, choosing foods that are alkaline, that is important. Egg, leave the acid forming foods, leave the mucus forming foods, leave the foods that are difficult to digest. Uh, you know, and of course, we know the acid, the milk, the acid forming foods. The processed foods and meats, for example. We know that the mucus forming foods, milk and the milk product, and the whole set of dairy, the whole dairy scenario, and for hard to digest foods, your grains, stay away from those. And I know grains, there are some grains on Dr. Sebi's list, but even those, when you're trying to heal yourself of serious illnesses, stay away from them. You don't want grains in your diet. Stick to your fruits and your vegetables, your herbs, whether in capsule form or teas, your juices, smoothies, you know, incorporate your sea moss, and so forth. But create your regimen around fresh fruits, vegetables, and fresh juices and your herbs. So create your regimen around that. And the more you want to see results, the more liquid your diet should be. You want a more liquid diet, because the more liquid the food that we are consuming is, the quicker it will digest. Meaning the body will be able to focus more of its attention on healing instead of digesting. And that goes to number two now, which is digestion. Digestion is important, and even when we are taking in, if we are taking in the nutrients, but for some reason we are not digesting it properly, then we cannot absorb that nutrient. And so digestion is important. And the kidney, having healthy kidneys that are functioning properly is a big part of that. And so in the early stages of your healing process, especially, incorporate herbs that will help the kidneys, to function, especially in cases where you know that you have some issues there. And your dandelion, your stinging nettle, for example, those are really good to incorporate. Your milk thistle, those herbs. And so that's two, digestion. And three, the amount of food we eat. Listen, the less you eat, the faster you heal. The less you eat, the faster you heal. Just make sure that when at the times when you do eat, you're eating, of course, as I noted, foods that will nourish the body. Foods that will nourish the body. And this is why the herbs it plays such an important role, because the herbs, various, depending on which herbs you're using, but the herbs have the minerals, they come with the minerals, And the herbs can cleanse you, help to repair cells, and basically just rebuild and help to rejuvenate the body. And so it's always important to have the herbs incorporated in your healing um, regime. So that is important. So don't be consuming, just eating all the time. Give your digestive system a rest, and give your body time to the space it needs to, rest the digestion, and thus focus on healing the body, as best as possible. And so, just don't pig out. Just eat foods that are nourishing, but eat at less intervals than you would regularly if you weren't trying to heal yourself or cleanse your body. And even better if you could just not eat, because the thing about it is that the herbs, they are not only helping to detox the body, they have nutrients in them, to supply the body with nutrients. So if you could fast on your herbs, your herbal teas and your capsule, great. That would be great. And number 4 is the mind, the power of the mind, the stressing. Sometimes we go into the healing process, or we're trying to heal ourselves, but we're surrounded with so much negativity. Sometimes the people around us are negative, and that kind of vibe, that's not good for the psyche. And sometimes the negativity is coming from within us, because we have so many doubts. And I know, depending on how ill you are, sometimes it can get really depressing, and you will feel down at times. Sometimes you'll feel hopeless, sometimes you'll feel helpless, and the whole gamut. But when you start your regimen, just know that it's a journey. It's a journey, and you are going to have rough days. The sicker you are, the more likely you'll have some really, really rough days. Accept that from the get-go. Yes, no one will be 100% positive. It's impossible for anybody to be 100% positive all the time. But you must keep yourself in as much positive a mindset as possible, and do things to take your mind off your illness. Once you know that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, to help to cleanse your body and heal your body, once you know that program is in place, do things to lighten you up, so to speak. Watch movies that make you laugh, some good comedies, read books that you enjoy, and, go for walks, call your friends, talk to them, do things that keep you out of a negative mind frame, things that will lift your spirit, because that is also an important part of healing. The mindset, the negative thinking, you want to quell, and also not stay out of the presence of people who take a negative approach, or think that, oh, there's no hope for you. If they think there's no hope for you, you don't need those people around you. That kind of bad energy, that kind of bad vibe, clear the space. And you need people who are supportive of you. Some people have never tried natural medicine, herbs, and they have, because I encounter that, so I encounter people. Sometimes people say some things to me, so I know sometimes the negativity that can come from people who think, oh, you're wasting your time. But just just keep your mind focused, keep yourself focused on your goals. And when you wake up in the morning, think of yourself as, you know, healed. When you go to bed at night, think, you know what, I'm one step closer. You know, that's the kind of positivity you have to put into it. So that's my 2 cents on so that's my 2 cents. So I'll just go through them briefly again. So the types of food that you're eating, stay away from the acid forming, the mucus forming, and the hard to digest foods. Digestion, you know, you want your digestive system to be working properly. Part of that is getting your kidneys filtering, you know, and you make sure you incorporate herbs that will allow that to happen, especially if you have had problems in the past in terms of not having regular bowel movements and so forth. 3, the amount of food you eat. Don't consume a lot of foods, and if possible, just go with your herbs and your herbal teas, your herbal capsule, and water, or have your juices, and just leave it at that until you know you're better, or you've overcome your issues. 4, you know, a positive mindset, and that can make a big difference. So there you have it. That's my 2 cents. I hope you found it useful. Subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. Don't forget, be the change you'd like to see in this world. Have a fantabulous day today. Ta-ta.